Well, good morning, channel. It is Saturday morning, and I am on my way to a wake for some breakfast. Now, this is not my normal Sunday morning breakfast routine, but I thought I'd just get out this morning, try a few different camera angles, head off to some breakfast at a wake. This time by myself, nobody's joining me today. And then after breakfast, on this gloomy, cloudy, windy day, see if I can find anything to shoot. So I also brought my camera, the Canon R5, with my telephoto lens, 100 to 500 millimeter. We'll just go see if we can find anything to shoot today. Now, because I have one of my GoPros on my saddlebag, take a look. I don't think I'll take the freeway today because I don't want a lot of wind. That's being held on just by suction cup, and it's already a windy day. It's the quad lock suction cup, by the way, which I've been terribly impressed with. Not impressed enough, mind you, to put my expensive GoPro 10 on for any length of time without tethering it, or my new Insta360 Ace Pro on my handlebars here on it, because yeah, just don't want to risk that much. Now, what I have on there is I believe it's a GoPro Hero 7 from way back in the day. Still takes wonderful video, so I keep it and I use it. So how are you guys today? Hope everybody had a good week since we talked last. Got a lot of very positive comments. Thank you very much, everybody. On my last video, where I had a short little rant about the trolls on YouTube. There are a few. There's going to be a few. Not a big deal. I enjoy bringing content to you guys, and I'm so glad you enjoy watching it. I got to tell you, the motorcycle content does so much better. So much better, leaps and bounds, multiples better than my photography content. And I gotta tell you, that pains me. I realize I have a sickness. I just wish more people treasured good photography like I do. The things, the beauty you can capture, the moments in time that will never come again. The small little details, the grand landscapes, epic locations. Just photography will give me goosebumps, and I realize that's not everybody. Clearly it's not everybody, because my photography videos just do so poorly compared to these motovlogs. But that is what my channel is about, mostly motovlogs. Pepper in a little bit of my favorite hobby in the world, and you guys get to enjoy. Thank you for those who do. So no, Cruiseman is still out cruising on his ship. He and his girlfriend Ricky doing their thing. I think they'll be back sometime this next week, so you'll probably see them for breakfast next week. If Don's up for it, I'll probably be having coffee and breakfast with him in the morning. And F6B Adventures. Have you been watching his channel? Him and Road Glide and his dad are, good Lord, traveling. I think they're in Tennessee. Heck, I don't know where they are now, but they're just having so much fun on a big, you know, guy road trip. And they're doing this thing when they stop. They're doing push-ups. And let me tell you, folks, I'm not sure I could do one push-up. I mean, not one. But Road Glide and F6B's Adventures Dad, both at my age, or yeah, somewhere around my age, let's just call it, down there killing it. And Road Glide, one-footed push-ups, I'm telling you, the man is a machine. I have a newfound, like I needed one, a newfound respect for Road Glide. Wow. So I like Saturday morning here in DFW. There's not a lot of traffic, as you guys can see, this early in the morning. Although it's a little windy, the temperature is wonderful. The bike down here says 75. And I think it's a little cooler than that. 75 is reading a little warm to me. And maybe it's because the wind chill going through my jacket makes it feel a little cooler. I'll tell you what else was changed. One of the comments on my last video, as I was motovlogging and driving through the twisty roads of North Dallas, one of the things that was, I think it was Gold Rider 1 Mac made a comment that he just can't call those curves twisties, and I did it a number of times in that video, and I'm not sure where I picked up that term. It's just sort of, you know, I've heard it before, I guess. I don't know where I picked it up. But I'm kind of in his court since he brought it to my attention. He calls them curves. I think that's a good word. So I think I'm going to adopt curves from now on and just drop the twisties. You guys know what we're talking about. So thank you, Mac. I am squarely in your corner on that one. Okay, next topic. If you guys know anything about video editing, those of us who put these videos out do, and when you have multiple cameras like I do, you can sync them up in Final Cut Pro, and I'm sure other software too. I only know Final Cut Pro. You can sync them up and make a multi-camera clip, one single film strip that has multiple angles from, you know, one from every camera. And that worked well with the two GoPros I have, the 10 and the 7. Sync them up pretty well, but for some reason, syncing up this Ace Pro to the GoPro doesn't seem to work, and I'm not sure why. It always gets off. Now, syncing up, so when you hear me talking and the camera is, the view is from another camera that's not hooked up to my mic, you hear the words and see my mouth and they sync up. Okay, that's the intent. But the Ace Pro and the GoPro, when I try to sync them up, it's like one is recording a tad, just a minute tad slower than the other. And they end up, by the end of the clip, not being in sync. And I'm not sure why. You know, you keep all your camera settings the same. 4K 30 is what I normally film at. So they all have the same frame rate. I make sure all the clocks are synced up, but the clocks don't necessarily have to sync up because the software will sync them up at a common visual point regardless of timestamp, and then it will rely on timestamp from that point forward. So if it's a few seconds off, it anchors it and stays a few seconds off through the whole clip. That doesn't seem to work. with this. I don't know. I've still got learning to do here. Also, last week's video, I had the Ace Pro zoomed in, so you only saw the ear of my helmet. Apologize, guys. Today, I've got that fixed, so you see me in full. A little better. And that's kind of a flaw, honestly, of the Ace Pro. I wish, when you turn the Ace Pro off, that it resets to full view and not the zoomed in view. That's just a wish. Taking the back roads to Awake this morning. I don't want to go too fast. It's already a windy day. Adding up more wind might blow off my camera down there. This one down here. Hi guys, how are you? You can also see periodically that my blind spot detection system is working. Really like that. The challenge here is to get the equipment out of the field of view where I can see the blind spot detection indicators that I so painstakingly installed. Eventually, I'm going to do a better job of routing that wire back there. Oh, when we got a little rain. A little bit of rain this morning. Which is not a problem for the Hero 10 or the Ace Pro, I will say. Or, well, maybe it is, because that accessory mic is in there. It's not going to be a problem if it's just a few sprinkles. But Hero 7, I think that was before waterproofing. I think I remember I had to buy a waterproof case when I wanted to record in water for that Hero 7 down here. Okay? So let's get to Awake, and I'm going to close that door so the Ace Pro doesn't have any ill effects from the water. If it starts raining too bad, I'm going to have to do an emergency stop and get that Ace Pro back in the trunk. But I think that was just a few little sprinkles. And of course, I can't get wet. I will absolutely melt if I get wet, because, you know, what happens to mud when it gets wet. Just kidding. I think Don lives out this way, somewhere in Plano, because I know he comes from this direction when he goes to Awake in the mornings. Let me tell you about Don. Man, it's such a wealth of knowledge. Anything video processing, camera in general. Spent so many years as a professional cameraman, radio DJ, and anchorman, and he is, what do we call this? Photography or video royalty. And that's why I love it when he comes in and teaches me tidbits from time to time. Really learn stuff that I can't find otherwise, and appreciate his willingness to just impart great information. I know he's helped Cruiseman a lot too. So thank you, Don. Don has some great stories too. In addition to the education, great stories about the things he's done in his life. Alright guys, I'm going to cut it off here and get some breakfast, and after breakfast we'll spool it back up and go see if we can't take a few photos somewhere. That project might be a bust today because it's really cloudy, and even the most beautiful stuff doesn't necessarily shine on a totally overcast day. Back shortly, guys. All right, breakfast is done. Rain seems to have cleared out. Which is good. Still overcast. So we're going to head over here to my favorite nature preserve, Arbor Hills in Plano. If you get a chance to go over there, it's a great place to get steps in. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. You can actually get lost in the woods there and not even know you're in the city. So we're going to go see if there's anything to take a picture of. And if there is anything, I will throw it up at the end of this video. And if not, it's been a good morning with Motovlog and you guys joining me. Thank you so much, and good breakfast. So we will talk to you guys next week, and until then, ride safe. God bless, friends.